how to create a net worth of 1 million over time. In today's episode, this is going to be a story of David. Imagine two people graduating from campus the same day. They get jobs at the same time. They are paid the same amount. But years down the line, David has built 1 million worth of net worth. And his peer has decided to live paycheck to paycheck. Let's get to have a feel of how David managed to do this. David got his first job and he was earning 35,000. By this time, his net worth is 0. No savings, no investment, no assets, no debt, just a salary. Like any other fresh graduate, David would have aspired to do the improvement in his lifestyle, move out of that bed sitter that he was living in when he was still in campus, maybe get to a better estate because now he's from 0 income to 35,000. But David took a decision that every month he's going to save and invest 20% of his income. In the first few months, of course, it was focusing on saving more because he was smart enough to understand that you have to first build your emergency fund. From his 35,000, he was putting aside 7,000 per month. His peers were buying better phones, taking loans to furnish their apartments, improving their lifestyles, moving out of their bed-sitters to a one-bedroom. But his focus was on building assets. His first goal was the emergency fund, which he managed to achieve within 1 year. He put the money in a money market fund. And for the first time, he was financially stable because there was a fallback plan in case there was a problem with his income. Hello, good people. Hope you're doing well. Jessie is my name, and this is the Money and Growth Circle, where we're working towards financial peace and ultimately financial freedom. If this is your kind of content, you can consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that every time we have a new upload, you will be notified. Let's get to the second part of David's story. In his second year, he got an increment to 45,000. Instead of increasing his spending, he increased his investments. His monthly contribution went up from 7,000 to 10,000. He started building savings and investment in 3 places. He joined a circle, he continued with his money market, and the third one is treasury bills. By the end of year 3, his assets had crossed the 350,000 mark. You thought 50,000 is little to save. You will see that so far, your income does not determine how to grow your asset. It is your commitment and your dedication. And of course, you have to make sacrifices. So, during this time, David avoided consumer debt, and therefore his assets continued to grow with no interference by debt. So something interesting happened over this period of time. Now that assets have grown and they're giving him returns, they also became part of the funds that help him grow his assets. Remember, he's getting returns, interest from the treasury bills, from the money market fund, and from the circle, as well as dividends from the circle. And what he was doing, he was plowing back. He was not celebrating the money that was coming in. He was putting the money back to grow it until that time when maybe he will have accumulated enough to reward himself. We said sometimes it's good to appreciate yourself, But during your growing phase, it is important to sacrifice and delay gratification. Someone said delaying gratification is being mean to yourself. You're mean today, but you will have yourself to thank later. By year 5, David's income had grown to 60,000. He continued with the same trend. Save, invest, reinvest the returns, and repeat over time. His side hustle started generating 10,000 additional income. His monthly net worth building increased to more than 20,000. At this point, his net worth looked something like this. Money market 150,000, SACCO deposits 250,000, treasury bills 200,000, stocks and equity 120,000, total assets 720,000. He's getting closer to his first million. And remember, he has not borrowed yet, which means his liabilities are still at zero. Therefore, his net worth is 720,000. You will notice the following. David did not focus on get-rich-quick schemes. He didn't win a lottery. He never inherited wealth. He never discovered a special secret to wealth, a special secret to investment. He simply accumulated assets consistently. Then came year 7. David's salary rose again. His side hustle also expanded. His annual bonuses were invested rather than spent. His portfolio continued growing. Money market fund had grown to 180,000, SACCO 350,000, treasury bills 250,000, stocks and equities 300,000, total assets 1,080,000. Finally, he had the status of a millionaire. By this time, he had some small liabilities of 50,000, and therefore his net worth was 1,030,000. You will note that his first breakthrough was not becoming a millionaire, but hitting his 100,000 milestone. He developed a habit of converting income to assets. The process became repeatable, which is what I have always said: consistency, discipline, and commitment. So, remember at the beginning we talked about David's peer who did not start investing. So this is how his life would look like. First, assuming they were growing the same rate in terms of income with David. As a spender, he would be having a very nice phone, perhaps the latest, a nice car, perhaps on loan, most expensive holidays, but very few assets because the funds are going to lifestyle. And this is why net worth matters more than income, as it tells you what you have managed to keep and grow. So what do we learn from David's story? Start before you feel ready. He started with 7,000. Perhaps someone would have felt 7,000 is not enough to make you a millionaire, but see what over time it has done to David's financial journey. Lesson 2, increase your investment as your income increases. Lesson 3, avoid unnecessary debts, which is what I call bad debt or consumer debt. Number 4, build assets consistently. Just like we say in our 52-week saving challenge, you have to be consistent, disciplined, and keep going. Even when it feels like you're not making progress, the baby steps are what turn out to be something in the long run. Number 5, track your net worth every year. If possible, twice, thrice, or 4 times a year. That will keep you motivated. You can actually set your milestones so that every quarter you keep checking how far you have gone, so that you see whether you're making progress, or you need to make more sacrifices or go a step further and do more. The path from 0 to 1 million is not built on one big decision, but small steps over time. So let's engage in the comment section. What are you going to do different to improve your net worth? It doesn't matter where you are at today. What matters is where you want to go. We are still in the net worth series, and this story should be a wake-up call for you, not to think that you're going to start investing and you're going to start your journey to building assets when you're rich. Start today where you are with what you have, and over time you will see the rewards. If you missed the last 4 episodes on the net worth series, make sure you check them out, because it has to be flowing. You understand what net worth is, the difference between income and net worth, the scenarios of what to avoid, the strategy of how to build your net worth, and our last episode when we talked about where to get the money and where to put the money when you're building your first million. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. See you on the next one. Bye.